Good afternoon, friends of God. It is Monday, July 12th, and I'm beginning today a series, maybe an experiment for us, an opportunity to have a daily reflection time together during this experience here at Eden of the series on the fruits of the Spirit. And so the reflections that will be scattering your way this week will be on the topic of love. I wanted to just share this devotional with you. It was in our morning breakfast devotions at home from the Unity Book of Devotions monthly guide. The affirmation, I choose to believe in good. Listen to these words. I make the faith-filled choice to believe in the goodness of God reflected in the heart of humanity. This expresses as healing, harmony, abundant life, and perfect guidance. This empowering belief strengthens my inner connection with God's love in myself and others. I know that each soul is a unique expression of divine love, a channel through which God is expressing as light, life, and power. There is nothing in all of the world for me to fear because I believe in the goodness of God. Hear that again. There is nothing in all the world for me to fear because I believe in the goodness of God. This power is greater than anything that appears in the outer world. I know that all conditions are brought into alignment with the truth of God. I believe that the loving, abiding presence of God is my experience this day and every day. Our scriptural affirmation for today, if you do not doubt in your heart, but believe what you say will come to pass, it will be done for you. Mark 11:23. So in the coming days, we'll be sharing some music, some videos, some poetry on the theme of love during this first week of the series. And I just would want to say, by way of reflecting on this reading from today, that I was touched by the emphasis, of course, on God's love and our experience of that. And in our sermon yesterday, our text from Galatians 5, we opened up the series on love with a little bit more of a interpersonal emphasis. I invited people to think about who was an example of love. Invited people to think about what we each need to learn more about love. But of course, it goes without saying that as Christians, we really do stand on this foundation. We love because God first loved us. Today's devotional reminds me that I have the choice every single day whether I affirm God's love, remind myself that I believe in it, practice breathing it in, practice reminding myself of God's love in action in every person and circumstance along my way, even the most difficult. God's love at work in me, even on the days and the moments that I'm disappointed in myself. This devotional from the Unity Church, all of the devotionals from this booklet, they're written in this present tense affirmation voice. I make the faith-filled choice. I know, I practice, I experience. Maybe that's a little different than what we normally use and the way we normally express ourselves. But I would invite you to think about mimicking this, practicing this in your own life on this day as you think about the love of God. Again, there is nothing in all the world for me to fear because I believe in the goodness of God. I believe that the loving, abiding presence of God is my experience this day and every day. I pray that the remainder of this day will unfold in ways that you are in particular mindful of God's loving presence in your life, with the easy things and the hard things alike. And that as you go to bed this evening to take your rest and scan the day, and that you will bring to your mind the wonderful examples of God's love clearly established for you. Do this with me, a way of spiritual practice. May God's love keep and guide you. Amen and amen.